I understand that at the heart of this deal from the UK side has been an attempt to lower those swinging tariffs, particularly on steel and the car industry above all. Now, in order to do that, it's had to make some concessions. My understanding is that those concessions are around agricultural trade, food and animal produce that's imported to the UK from America. The terms of that trade will change. Now, of course, we're waiting for the details. I'm told by a government source there will be wins for British farmers, though they didn't elaborate on what those were. So clearly, cars and agriculture are certainly at the heart of this deal. Let's have a little look at how that sits in the wider context of US and UK trade. This is the goods trade between the two countries. You can see it's balanced about the same. We import about £62 billion worth of goods, and going the other way, exports £66 billion. Those are the ones, of course, subject now to those blanket tariffs. Worth remembering that when it comes to trade with the US, there it is, services is far more valuable. £137 billion of services, professional, legal, banking and the like that we send to the US. But it's the blue portion here, the goods that attract the tariffs, and that's what this deal has largely been about. Let's spell out the tariffs for you. 25% on steel and aluminium on a whim from Donald Trump. Likewise, that 25% on cars. A 10% tariff across all UK goods, and that's a global tariff at the moment. Put this in here, 0% on pharmaceuticals. Worth watching. It's a hugely important export market for the UK. Pharmaceuticals are on notice. There could be tariffs to come. I'm interested to see if there's anything there. But let's just focus on cars for a moment. That 25%. Why does it matter? This is why it matters. This is UK car exports by country. The US, comfortably the largest single country export market, £9 billion. That's 1 in 4 of every car exported from the UK, more than double China. And 4 times the largest European partners here. Just by way of contrast, worth looking at what's coming the other way from the US here. US cars coming into the UK, less than £1 billion. Now, one of the reasons for that might well be tariffs, because we do impose tariffs of our own. I can show them to you here. 10% on cars, not just from the US, that's for anyone we don't have a trade deal with. We have a 2% digital services tax, not strictly a tariff, but it affects US tech companies. That might be in play here. But look at the agriculture ones. Wheat, if I show you pork and chicken, these pounds by volume cost, that's effectively a tariff, a quota tariff. You have to pay by volume if you want to import it. Beef, 12% tariff plus a tariff quota. All of those are designed to protect the domestic industry from cheaper imports. But those tariffs might well be coming down, and that is what's in play here. What isn't in play, according to ministers and my sources, is the regulations and standards that govern agriculture. US beef, typically hormone treated. You can't do that in the UK. That is not about to go. Chicken, we heard about chlorinated chicken, a very great deal through the Brexit years. Again, not in play. One reason is because while the UK might be considering lowering these tariffs for the US, at the same time, it's trying to reset relations with the European Union so that these goods can be traded across the border with less friction. Well, if we're letting in American standard food and drink, we simply can't do that deal. So the real win here, there might be some gives for agriculture, but if the UK can also proceed with that deal with the European Union, then it really will be a win.